Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Most welcome to Triangular Kamal Academy. Today I am going to discuss one of the most important topics from higher mathematics for the students of class 9 and 10. In the last few contents we have already done number 1 to number 10 from Algebraic Expression chapter 2, and today we are going to discuss the partial fractions, which is one of the most important content for the students of class 9 and 10. And these partial fractions we have to solve, and we have to apply 6 different methods. And today in this content I will discuss number 1 methods. So just before start academic topics, and you have to know what is partial fractions and what is basically fractions, what is proper fractions, improper fractions. Okay, let's see. If we write here 5 by 7, we all know this is proper fractions because the numerator part here 5 is smaller than denominator part 7. That's why this is called the proper fractions. But we can write these fractions like 3 by 7 plus 2 by 7. Or we can write this one like 1 by 7 plus 4 by 7. Or we can write here 1 by 7 plus 2 by 7 plus 3 by 7. So these are the partial fraction of this one. Just we used here only the numerical number. But when we use here variable like if we write here 2 times of x by x plus 1 plus 1 by x, what will be final result here? Okay, if we take here LCM just consider now first this one is 2, and now if we take here LCM, what will be here? X multiply with x plus 1, and then now 2 times of x plus 1, this one will be 3 times of x divided by x multiply with x plus 1. So we know sum of two smallest fractions is the result of this one, and 3x plus 1 divided by x multiply x plus 1 is the result of sum of two fractions. So almost we know this is simplifications, and final result will be this one. But when this right side information is given, and you have to find this left one, and this is called partial fractions. This information will given, and you have to find these smallest fractions, and you have to convert this result is into smallest fractions, and this one is called the partial fractions. That means you have to divide these fractions into more than 2 smallest fractions, and then this method is called the partial fractions. So there are 6 different methods how to find these smallest fractions from the greater one. So here the first method number 1. So why method number 1? We see here in our academic content number 1, number 2, number 3, and we can do number 1, 2, 3 maths by using method number 1, and also we can do example number 23 and 24 and activity number 6, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 maths you can do using method number 1. So here which is the method number 1? I think definitely you are thinking now. Method number 1 just always gives an idea the fractions should be proper fractions. So which is proper fractions here? When you use here algebraic letter, which one is the leading power? X, the leading power is 1. But if we multiply here, which one will be result? Like 5 times of x plus 4 divided by x square plus twice x. If we multiply x multiply with x plus 2. But what is the leading power? Here leading power is 2, and here leading power is invisible 1. So 1 by 2. Is it proper fraction or improper fractions? Definitely it's proper fractions. So when we see here the leading power of the numerator part is smaller than the leading power of the denominator part, and this is called the proper fractions. So this one is proper fractions, and here leading power is 1 and leading power is 2. This one is also the proper fractions, and you have to find the factors of the denominator parts here. And if you find the denominators, this one will be x minus 4 and x minus 3. So there are two factors. And how many factors here? 1, 2, 3. So leading power will be here x cube. That means leading power is 3. And here leading power is 2. So this is also proper fractions. And here we see x square. In times of multiply, you will get first one x square. So there is only x. So 1 by 2. This is also will give you proper fractions. And this one also give you proper fraction. That's why the number 1, 2, number 6, all maths here are in the proper fractions. So now the first step you have to think, is it proper fractions or not? When this fractions is a proper fractions, then you have to give attention, is their denominator parts already done in the factorizations? If the denominator part is not arranged here as the factors, then you have to find the factors of the denominator part. Like there are two factors, but there is a quadratic equation not given in the factors. So first step you have to find the factors, and here three factors already given, so no need to do any more calculation. There are two factors, and there are also three factors, but there is no factors. First of all you have to take common x, then do middle term factors, you will get another two factors. So there will be total three factors. So second step, if there are denominator part is not done in factorizations method, you have to find the factors. And if they are already given in the factors, no need to do any more calculation. So first step you have to think, is the fractions is proper fractions. Then second step you have to think, is the denominator is given factors or quadratic equation. If the quadratic equation is given, you have to find the factors. 11 and question number 2. It's already there is no factors, already equation is given in the quadratic equation. So second step you have to find the factors of denominator. Like this one is x plus 2 divided by x square minus 7x plus 12. So now just find the factors. X plus 2, this one will be x square minus 4x minus 3 times of x, and then plus 12. So result will be just taking the common x plus 2, and if you take common x, then x minus 4 minus 3 is common, x minus this one will be x minus 4. So that x plus 2 is denominator, and numerator two factors, x minus 4 and x minus 3. So finally we found here the two factors. So now right here let the first step, x plus 2 divided by x minus 4 and x minus 3, and this is the symbol is called equivalence. This is called equivalence. So I will discuss what is the meaning of this symbol. And now first attention give here. And how many factors here? Two factors. X minus 4 is 1, another one is x minus 3. So first write here first factors, then write here second factors. And there are two factors, so just use here unknown variable, and here is also unknown variable b. Just use here plus symbol in between them. So this is number 1, question number 1. And now if you are thinking already, what is the meaning of this equivalence? Like x square plus 5x plus 6 equals 0, or a plus b whole square equal a square plus plus twice ab plus b square. Okay, this is equations, and you can also hear equivalence, because equation is only possible or only true for fixed values. Like this leading power is 2. When we use here minus 3 and minus 2, and this left side only then gives 0, otherwise this left side will not give you 0. So this is the fixed for two values. So when an equation is fixed for two or more than two values, it's fixed, then it's called the equation. When the left hand side and right hand side for any values, when the left hand side and right hand sides both are equal, then we can write here equivalence. Like if you use here 1 and 2, this one will be 9, and if you use 1 plus 4 plus 4, this one will be 9, and if you use 3 plus 2, 5, 25, this right side will be 25. If you have 3 plus 3, this will be 36, and right side also give 36. So this is always true for any values of a and b, but this is not true for like 10 or 11 or 13. If you apply here 10, this will never give 0, and if you apply here 11, this equation will not give 0. So this is fixed for two values, but this is not fixed. This left hand side and right hand side always equal for any values of a and b, but it should be real value. So when the left hand side and right hand side for any values of a and b, they will be equal, then we can apply here equivalence symbol. So this one is called equivalence. So first step already we have done, and this is for the method number 1. Again I am repeating to you. First you have to give attention to the denominators part of the fractions. When the denominator part is in quadratic equation, then you have to find the factors. Already we get here two factors, x minus 4, x minus 3. Then write a by first factors and b by second factors. This is the first step. So now write the meaning of this symbol. Here it is true for all values of a and b. Now multiplying 1 by, and second step, and you have to multiply number 1 with the denominator parts of the left hand side. So now multiply equation number 1 with the denominator of the left hand side. So your left hand side is x minus 4, x minus 3. Now multiply whole equations with left hand side, denominator of the left hand side. So this one will be x plus 2 and x minus 4, x minus 3. So now multiplying with the x minus 4 and x minus 3, and there will be a multiply with x minus 4, x minus 3, x minus 4, plus b multiply with x minus 4, x minus 3 divided by x minus 3. That is, we multiplied equation number 1 with the denominator parts of the left hand side. That means the factors of left hand sides. So after doing multiply, what will be result here? We can eliminate these two factors. We can eliminate this one. We can eliminate this one. And what will be final result after doing calculation? This one will be x plus 2 equal a multiplied with x minus 3, then b x minus 4. This is number 2. And this is true for all values of A and B. Now putting A equal 3 in 2, we get. So, and you have to apply the value of A and B. Where from value of A and B? And if you consider here the first factor equals 0 and the second factor equals 0, what we will get here? X equal 4. So first times you have to apply x equal 4 and then x equal 3. If you first time apply x equal 3, then second time you have to apply x equal 4. So it is true, the equation number 2, it is true for all values of A and B. Now putting A equal to 3 in equation 2, we get. So putting 3 here, you will get here 3 plus 2 equal A multiply 0, 3 minus 3 0, plus B multiply minus 1, because 3 minus 4 minus 1. So now after doing calculation, you will get here 5, this one is minus B. So just now shift B equal minus 5. So here first answer B equal minus 5. Again putting second value x equal 4 in number 2 equivalence, we get. So if you apply here the 4, this one will be 6 and there will be only A. Before minus 3, this one will be 0. So A equal 6. Now just put the value of A and B in number 1, and which one will be result of the number 2. So now you have to write here third step, putting the value of A and B in 1, we get. So number 1 result is x plus 2 divided by x minus 4 x minus 3 equal A by x minus 4. So definitely this one will be minus 5 by x minus 4. Then plus B by B equals 6 by x minus 3. And which is the required result of partial fraction. So now finally you have to write here x plus 2 divided by x square minus 7x plus 12 equal minus 5 by x minus 4 plus 6 by x minus 3, which is the required partial fraction. Answer. So I'm going to discuss again. First you have to give attention to the denominator parts. If the denominator parts is in quadratic equation, then you have to find the factors. And where you will get the factors 2 or more than 2, then you have to write there are number of 2 factors. The first one divided by A and second one divided by B. And then you have to multiply whole equation with the denominator parts of the left hand side. and then after doing calculation, first you have to write the first factors equal 0 and second factors equal 0. Then successively you have to apply value of x. When you will apply the value of x equal 4, so a or b, one unknown variable will be 0 and another variable will give the fixed number. Like here a equals 0, when we applied here x equal 3, then a equals 0, b equal -5. And when we applied here x equal 4, then b part will be 0, a equals 6. Then finally you have to apply the value of a and b in the first equation or first equivalence. Then this one will be the final result of the partial fractions. Okay, now we will do number 1. Okay, number 1 given here 5 times of x plus 4 and x multiply x plus 2. There's already given here the two factors, so write here and let this one is a by first factor and then b by second factor. This is equivalence number 1. So in the second step you have to multiply equation number 1 with the denominator parts of the left hand side. So after doing multiplying 1 by x multiply x plus 2, we get 5 times of x plus 4 equal a by a multiplied with 2 and then b times of x. This is number 2, which is true for all values of a and b. Now so which you see here the two factors, so consider here x equals 0, another one is x plus 2 equals 0. So already x equals 0 and here you will get x equal -2. So first you have to apply x equals 0 in equation number 2, then you have to apply x equal -2 in the same equations. So now which is true for all values of a and b? Now putting x equals 0 and -2 successively in equivalence in equation, or you can write equation number 2, we get. Okay, first you have to apply 0. This one will be 0 plus 4 and then a 0 times plus 2, b will be 0. Then 4 equal twice a multiply dividing by 2, a equal 2. And again then now apply -2. This one will be 5 multiply -2 plus 4 equal a -2 plus 2 plus b multiply -2. This one will be -10 6, or this one will be 0 minus twice b. So just now do multiply with -2 both sides. This one will be -3, this one will be b. So now putting the value of a and b in equation number 1. Putting the value of a and b in 1, we get required partial fraction. Okay, which is answer 5x plus 4 divided by x plus 2 equal value of a is 2, so 2 by x, and then plus the value of b is minus 3, so minus 3 divided by x plus 2, which is our answer. And similarly we can do this one. This one will be a by x plus b by x minus 2, then plus c by x plus 3. So in the second line you have to multiply first equation with x minus 2 and x plus 3. Then successively you have to apply the value of x equal 0, value of x equal 2, value of x equal minus 3. Then successively you will get the result or value of a, b and c. Then apply in the first equation. And here also two equations, so a by first one, b by second one. And here three factors are given, so a by x minus 1, b by x minus 2, c by x minus 3. Then first times you have to multiply with denominator parts, then you have to apply successively x equal a, x equal 1, x equal 2 and x equal 3. But this maths, and first there are x cube, x square and 6x. So first you have to take common x from the denominator part and then do middle term factors, you will get other two factors. So totally the leading power is 3, you will get here 3 factors. So write a by first factors, b by second factors, c by third factors, and then do in the as method number 1, you will get the final result. So we are going to leave our class here. Thank you very much to enjoy the class. And if you have any question, please do comments. Triangular Kamal Academy is always ready to give best satisfaction to the dear followers, and hopefully see you again in the next tutorial. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.